Hey everybody, Greg Pruitt here with Idaho Dispatch. Welcome to the recap, and we're actually going to start. We've been doing this on Facebook, but I think we're going to move it over to YouTube for the live session, and then we'll put it in an article and be sure to share it out with everybody. So today is January 27th, and we are well into the 2022 Idaho legislative session. We're doing our best to try and bring you guys as much coverage of what is happening across the state of Idaho as we can, and that's always difficult as we are constantly working on new things and trying to bring you guys some exclusive stories. I think we're working on at least 2 or 3 other exclusive stories, and we hope to have more of those coming. And it's all very difficult as we're trying to cover the legislative session as well. In fact, I haven't got out as many articles on the bills and resolutions that have been proposed that I would like to do. So with that, I just wanted to do a quick show today and let you guys know some of the things that have been going on recently and what we're trying to work on. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask as well. Good morning to all of you guys. And I don't know if you guys can see behind me. So if you don't know, we have been collecting historical newspapers, and just for preservation purposes, and we wanted something unique to the Idaho Dispatch. And you can actually go to our museum. I think it's idahodispatch.com/museum. But anyway, and so we have purchased or had donated a number of historical papers. Now these frames behind me are not the actual newspapers because they don't hold up well under light. There is some special frames that you can get and some special ways to put actual newspapers in frames because I have sunlight coming in from this side and we have light above. And a lot of these you can see are already faded. So these are scanned copies that we ended up putting in the frames, which looks pretty cool. I've had a white background behind me. I haven't had any decorations or anything, so I'm kind of excited about these newspapers that we have behind us. We have a lot more. These are just some of the ones that we had picked out. And so with that, that's kind of what's behind me. This one right here is actually a more personal one. Me and 3 of my brothers were in Iraq at the same time, and my dad and my brother, one of my other brothers, was in Iraq right before us. And CNN and President Bush and all sorts of stuff were doing coverage of our family, and I had actually found this one out in my Iraq bin, and so I decided to put that one up there with all the historical ones as well. So anyway, I'll put the link to the museum in the comments, and you guys can check out some of the stuff we have. And if you have stuff that you want to sell or you don't want anymore, we'd be happy to take those as well and just preserve them long term for everybody. So the second thing is we are working hard to get to 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. We're at 971, I believe. So very close. Now, why is 1,000 a big deal? Once you get to 1,000 and you have so many watch hours on YouTube, you can actually monetize videos. I don't know that we would make a whole lot as an organization on YouTube from our videos, but we can do something. Every little bit helps to do that. So if you guys have 29 other friends who have not subscribed to the Idaho Dispatch on YouTube, please encourage them to do so. We'd love to get to 1,000 and be able to monetize at the very least, and maybe we can get a little bit of money. So so you'll get that today. All right, I'm counting on you, brother. What else? So we also have been, for those who are monthly paying subscribers, we have been releasing exclusive interviews. Another one will be going out this morning. We have an exclusive interview with Wayne Hoffman that we are releasing. So if you are a paying subscriber to the Idaho Dispatch, one of the benefits that we've started this year is that you now get early access to those interviews. And possibly in the future, we may be doing some exclusive access to certain interviews where a paying subscriber of a certain level would be the only ones that get to see certain interviews. And so that's kind of what we're hoping to do, hoping to work on. And we're also I think, really close to sending off our first hard copy of the Idaho Dispatch. Our goal is to do it quarterly. Now, the caveat to that is we have to get the Idaho Dispatch growing significantly more than what it is now. We are, I think, at 252 or 3 monthly subscribers now. And, talking to our board members and talking to, my wife and others about this, if we can't get that to 350 by June 3rd, which would be our 2-year anniversary, there's very serious considerations. We may not keep the Idaho Dispatch going. At the end of the day, it's capitalism, right? And if the market is not there to do news without all the bias and just telling both sides of the story, and leaving out all the editorial in the actual news articles, we obviously have op-eds that we run. But I'm talking about the actual news articles. If the market's not there for people to support this, then I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time if the market's not there. Certainly there's got to be, you would think there'd be a couple thousand people in Idaho that are like, yes, I would pay $297 a month to maintain a news organization that is trying to bring news the way that it used to be, which is leaving out opinions and just putting in facts into the story, and also being sure that you do everything you can to get both sides of that story. And so if that's worth it to you guys, that's our goal, is 350 subscribers by June 3rd. And we're at about 252 right now. So just about 100 to go. And all of those subscribers will get that hard copy of the Idaho Dispatch. Could be the only one. We'll see. We're certainly hoping we can keep this thing going for a really long time. So, but it's a lot of work, and I spend hours and hours. I mean, I'm doing all of the writing, and have some people that help with editing sometimes, but for the most part, I'm trying to do all of these things all at once to try and bring you guys a really good news organization that you can trust, and that when you read the articles and everything, it's there. Okay, it's there, and that you're not going to get a bunch of spin. I'm just going to lay it out and just put out the facts and let both or all of the sides. Sometimes there's more than two sides. Debate all of this stuff and keep it going. So I apologize. I'm trying to avoid my camera shaking there. And so if you want to, go to idahodispatch.com/subscribe and get subscribed today. But our main goal today with this video is to we want to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's another way for us to monetize. Sometimes we get some really random, how do I say this? We get some really random videos that just explode. And those are the types of videos where, hey, maybe we make $35, $40 on it or something for the company to be able to spend on advertising or whatever it is. And so that's why we want to hit that as soon as possible. I'm not sure on our watch hours how close we are. So on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and you have to have 4,000 watch hours. And I'm not sure where we are. I might actually be able to look real quick. Hopefully this doesn't screw up my feed. On top of that, we are, by the way, also working on an update to the Chief Lee story. A lot of people have been asking about the Boise police chief, who is he is part of an investigation regarding a workplace incident. And that is the extent of what we have released. Some of the other news media outlets have released statements by the chief's attorney. They have released somewhat of the story from the officer who was injured, but it's not all quite there. And I can't say very much right now, other than we are working on an update. I can't say too much more right now. And that's the difference between us and the other media outlets. They like to, without any facts or any way to corroborate stuff, just kind of release whatever happens. And we are trying to be very cautious and careful with this kind of stuff and only give you good, solid updates. Some people said, well, why did you even do the first part of the story, which was there was an investigation? And for us, the media used to be a government watchdog, right? The media would watch over what the government was doing and report what was happening. And so we looked at and got a tip from some individual, and that tip was that Chief Lee was under investigation. And so we were like, okay, well, we've got to have some way. I mean, it was a good solid tip, a good solid source, but we had to have some way to confirm that there was an investigation going on. And that's when we started reaching out to all sorts of various sources, lots of public records requests, and ultimately got confirmation from the ISP's record request that they couldn't give us the documents relating to this investigation. And that's how we knew there was an investigation. And I'm going to say that there are times, and I'm not saying this is one of those times, there are times when the government does not like things to be exposed. And so you have sometimes people within the government try to cover things up, or they try to hopefully let things blow over without letting the public know what is happening. And so my goal is always to, hey, if we can let facts be known to the public, because you guys deserve to know if this is government related and it involves government officials in some capacity, that's something that should be public. That's not something that should be swept under the rug. And again, I'm not saying that was the case with the Boise police chief incident. I'm just saying that's why we put information out. As soon as we can confirm information, we give it to the public as fast as we can. And this incident happened, as far as we can tell, sometime in late October, early November, and we're already almost in February, and nothing has been talked about until we broke the story and said, hey, there's an investigation involving the chief, but we can't, we have an idea of why, but we're, without confirmation, we can't say. And so that's the type of stuff we hope that people on the inside of government, if you work for a city and here in Idaho, or you work for the state of Idaho in some capacity, or you work for a county, and know that there's corruption going on, reach out to us. We would love to, find whatever documents and facts that you have and expose that corruption, because that is what the media was intended to do, was to report that stuff so that the public was aware of what was happening. I know I was looking up monetizing. So yeah, we're at 972. So somebody may have got somebody to subscribe. So we're at 972 subscribers and 2,964 watch hours. So we would need to increase the amount of views that we have here on YouTube in order to monetize as well. So anyway, that's just a kind of a quick update on what we have going on. My goal, I'm going to try my best to start scheduling 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for doing this show, if you guys want to jump on. So that's kind of the goal heading into the future. I'll try to get into a routine. It's really tough in this business to get that type of routine going, but that's kind of my goal right now, is 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and giving you guys whatever updates that we can about what's happening across the state of Idaho when it comes to the Idaho Dispatch. So thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to share this video, give us a thumbs up, all that stuff. Be sure to commenting, liking, all that kind of stuff kicks in the YouTube algorithms a lot better, and we're able to do a lot more. So take care. You guys have a good day.